What will we speak about? Kelly Khumalo, El Tito podcast.
Yeah.
You were saying abafazi can't be trusted.
How do you start a conversation with abafazi can't be trusted? All I'm saying is that sometimes, in a situation, Kelly Khumalo and the kids and the fathers, I wouldn't take his side, Lomuto Mama, because I've seen and I know people that have experienced, a lot of people, horrible treatment to a point of that time.
But why wouldn't you believe women in this instance? Like, do you have trauma or nje?
Nah, okay. Okay.
Just don't get too personal, Baba. Don't speak about like your personal life.
No. So one time I was my mother came through, may soul rest in peace, and my aunt. So they came to Joburg to stock some clothes to sell back home. And I remember one time I had to take them to go buy some stuff, and they were driving on I will never forget this. Driving on the N17, and just before the toll gate, and we were just having a conversation, and my mother said, Tanam, umtongu mama unzulu, like a woman, she's too deep, right? Never ever fully trust a woman, including myself and your aunt. And my aunt also said, yeah, please. So I was I kept quiet the whole way because I was thinking, I'm thinking, what is it? And I couldn't ask further questions. What do you mean by that? And what? Because in my mind, I just got it. That if they say themselves, so I didn't say it, to say I didn't start the conversation.
As I saw, I think it was a tweet that said, because it's advice to men, don't ever date a baby mama, don't ever be a stepfather.
Yeah.
It was like, if you want to know how deep this thing is, go ask, if you are a son of a single mom, go ask her how she'd feel if you brought home a woman with a child.
Ish.
And then she'll let you know. Then you'll know for sure whether this thing is a good idea or not.
Yeah.
So umkhulu Kelly.
No, I mean, Kelly Khumalo, I think Amachita, they need to tell their story. And telling their story as well, not that when they tell their story, they would be right in every, because we actually don't know.
No, we don't know. But look, what we know
the truth is that we don't know.
Uchub was on Podcast and Chill
a
couple of years ago. This was that episode that ended up going viral, and there were court cases from Amanda DuPont.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
But in that, he spoke about Ukeli, and that's where he spoke about Intwana Yaki. And if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, I think Uchub said that they'd spoken to lawyers and those things, and he'd been blocked. That was where the chat started, because people didn't know. And then go back on a reality show, Yakeli, and anyone who's ever watched that will also know the things she's said about Intwana and Itamalaki. And then next thing now, she's on El Tito, and she's like, Amachita useless. They don't provide. And El Tito, you know what was interesting? El Tito, Nyambuga, and I think he also didn't believe her, which is why there were these long pauses in between. Because Umil is like, no, but
I remember this.
Uchub
said this.
And she's like, yeah, he says a lot of things. And then Mr. Tulu El Tito. Hey, no, that's bad. So I think with El Tito, I don't think we aspire.
No, I don't think so, because it's tough panel to buy into the soul, because there's no way, man. And Umtanaga kill now, no chup ukulele. I mean,
sure.
The boy is old, right? So there's no way that the boy wouldn't want to see Ubabake. I think it's because women can influence kids to say, you know what, your dad is like this. I mean, I know a story whereby a woman said to a child, your father died long time ago. And then a few years later, the father surfaced and, you know what I'm saying? And said, like, look, may I have been looking for you and I wanted to come see you, but your mother never wanted anything to do with. I actually didn't even know where you were.
I wanted to do this thing because I was fighting at some point for Intwanayam. And now I've decided, I don't know if you know, but I've decided to stop posting my kids. I've decided to stop speaking about my kids. I decided to stop. I think a lot of people got education from my story.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people got healing from my story. I got a lot of DMs from Amachita, Namacheri, by the way. There were women who were like, the father of my child doesn't do this. There were women that came and said, the father of my child won't let me see my child.
That's
so
crazy.
now they struggle. The this person abandoned ingane sencane, usebuya 5 years later, usezongibhedela. But the bottom line is I realized the negative comments, for me, I can take them. I've got thick skin, ngikgrand. But my children and the mothers of my kids didn't ask for this. And it's not fair on them. So kusasa usuyahlangana nentwana yami.
Yes.
And you're like, hey, you are, and your father used to post you, and Intwana's like, I appreciate it time telling his story and all that, but I don't want you to talk to me.
This shouldn't
I don't
affect
want
me.
you. It shouldn't affect. Don't come talk to me. I don't post my stuff. My accounts are private. And you're like, come to this fucking asshole. Lapo, it's like, I love my dad, but why did he post my picture? Why did he talk about me? So I guess it's also a learning curve for me because I've been posting a lot of shit on social media for many years. But you don't know fame and popularity, at which line does it start becoming problematic? So what you post your kids, your woman, now you start becoming a bit popular and all of a sudden people you work with, deals you're trying to, other people are like, hey, we saw, and you're like, hey, you saw that.
Or does something that negatively impact your whatever that you're trying to do at that point in time in terms of uguba famous kwako.
It could be that. I mean, I'm more worried about the kid. The kid is like, hey, someone came up to me in the streets. Like, hey, you see your son. And then, like, I felt a bit uncomfortable. And you're like,
of course.
I shouldn't have posted you. My bad. So I decided to do that.
So do you remove all the pictures that you've...
As far as I could. There's still some stuff on the internet. But as far as I could. And I don't speak and I don't post. And I know it's going to take a while. But I know we live in a generation where people are always focused on other stuff. So I'm hoping over time, and as my kids get older, they won't get posted. But during that time, I wanted to create like a campaign or a social media page where Ngcangca Machita, please send me your stories. But also open it up to women. If you are being denied access to your kid at that time, make a video on your phone, hold a picture of your kid. Like say, my kid's name is what I've been trying to see my kid.
It has to be legit.
I just want my kid to know, I love you, I'm based here, Egoli, in what. Sure. And I was going to post all these things.
But that would be dope.
I thought it was going to be dope. Look, there's potential danger around the stories, but not enough of Amachita telling their stories. And when people like myself tell their stories, it's like I'm an outlier. And then I also get bashed. So I'm a Amachita like, I'm getting posted. And you're like, if we had that campaign, I think it would have done something. But what we were talking about is Ngcangca's podcast. Because you were speaking about Podcast and Chill, Altido, the panel show Convo. And I was just asking what you think of Ngcangca.
No, look, the podcast...
Be honest. I know we're filming now.
I know.
No.
No. Ngcangca, I've watched a couple of episodes as Ngcangca, and I think for new people that are getting into the podcast space, I think it's quite a good podcast to go and watch, right? I think for certain people that are looking that are used to the podcast like the panel show and maybe Podcast and Chill or El Tido as well, I think their bandwidth will be cut short quickly, unless otherwise, because I actually don't know the structure when this thing was written down to say, okay, we're gonna start this podcast, and this is what we want to, this is the impact we want this podcast to have on people or other people that are watching this podcast. So I don't think it's a bad podcast.
You don't like it. It's not for you.
No, I'll watch it. I've watched a couple of them.
But it's not for you. Be honest.
So if no, man, I don't want, no, not that it's not for me, but I would watch their episodes.
I know you listen to audiobooks. You watch Diary of a CEO, Stephen Bartlett?
I haven't. Did I? No, I haven't.
You don't watch Diary of a CEO?
I haven't.
Okay.
No. Oh, you're talking about the podcast itself.
Stephen Bartlett.
No. Even 2 days ago, I was watching it.
That's your type of stuff.
Yeah. That's my type of stuff. Yeah.
Audiobooks.
Yeah.
So for your personality type, I'm a gents, not so much. You like structured, educational.
Very educational stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I would like.
I don't know if you saw recently, Stephen Bartlett's going to be flighting. He called it the first podcast that's going to be played at all global cinemas. Because our novel podcast and chill have obviously had, I think it was Black Coffee. I'm not sure who else. Did they have Uzola? But I think they've had two
they had Uzola
on the big screen. I know they've had Black Coffee on the big screen. I don't know if it's that's the only one or if they've had another one.
I'm not sure.
But I'm just saying, Stephen Bartlett, he's doing a podcast with a former member of a group called One Direction. I don't know if you know One Direction.
I know One Direction, yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be flighted globally in cinemas. You don't know. Intwani Spana.
Yo.
And Utintwani Botswana.
Yeah, I've read about it that originally I think his parents came from Botswana, then they relocated to the UK. Yeah.
Hey, he's done well, don't you?
No, yeah, he's done extremely well. Yo, Pen, when you, even, I think, actually when we were watching it it was 3 of us were watching it, and we were just discussing, Guti, this guy, I think, because he brings certain people that will come to the podcast, like people that are holding like billions of dollars in sort of portfolios, investment portfolios, etc. So this guy will bring those people, and I was saying, I'm sure he somehow benefits from that, from the knowledge, even off camera. The guys are saying, look, there's this opportunity. I think if you get in early, you'd be good. So I think him, you said that he made $20 million last year.
Last year, yeah.
Reported, right?
I'm not even sure how he made it. I think he might be selling data. I don't know.
I think probably he's making more
outside of
the podcast in his personal capacity.
Sure.
Because the podcast is the business, right? And in his personal capacity as well, outside the podcast and with other businesses.
Because he's a businessman before podcasting.
Yes. So I think his businesses are flourishing outside. That's what I'm saying. He's making more. Maybe the podcast itself, that's the revenue that it has brought in.
I think if Usizwe Mpofu Walsh wasn't doing politics, because politics is difficult to sponsor, by the way. I don't know if people know. I think if he was, I think he's the closest to like a Stephen Bartlett here. Uguti does politics, number one. And number two, he's big on letting the guests speak. Whereas what Stephen Bartlett does, he's got a research team that does a deep dive and they give him summary. So by the time you sit, he's got all your numbers. So Owl City had a 25% growth and what. Tell us about, and I think from what I've heard, they film for many hours and then they cut it down. Kodwa nje i-data yakhona kuyanyiwa.
Yeah.
But as a brand, I think Usizwe would be close to that if you went into business, medical, because he does a lot of medical stuff, business stuff.
Yeah. No, I saw as well when we were watching this podcast. I just forgot the name of the guy. He's quite a famous guy, man. I think he's also on Dragon's Den. The old man. But what
was he a guest or
he was
hosting?
a guest? He was a guest
on Stephen Bartlett.
Yes.
Okay.
So he pulled out this guy's mother's picture, and the mother died a couple of years ago.
Yes,
the guy cried, and he let him, cry, and he said, "Take your time."
Sure.
Then he started explaining why, and that is very touch. And he was not prepared that Stephen will do that.
Yeah. That's special, no?
That's very special. Because he didn't know. Because this, like you're saying, the guy put all the information and the data on the table, and then he chooses depending on the mood.
Yeah.
So then he pulls the card.
Yes.
But he's doing well. And we need to learn from people like that.
I think he's currently the best podcaster in the world. Best. Joe Rogan is still the biggest.
Currently.
I think he's the best. He might be, I'm not sure of his numbers, but if he's not number 2, he's probably in the top 5 most.
I think he's number 2 probably.
I think so. But in terms of quality, I think he's the best. In South Africa, I think the best is David Mashabela.
Yeah, yeah. King David.
You agree?
I agree.
Podcast and chill?
No,
this is
not
outside
really.
of me and you now.
No, not really. I don't think we can actually even compare because I think David, he's doing extremely well.
Sure.
You know, you can't compare it with Podcast and Chill. It's got its own chillers, you know, that really love it regardless of the content and whether they learn something or not. Or
SMWX, Dr. Sizwe Mpufot.
I think it's good as well. Very good. Probably up there.
DJ Spoo, Hustlers Corner.
Hustlers Corner. I think the last few podcasts that I've watched before, they were starting to, you know, be more informative, if I can put it that way. Sure. I think there was like one or two. But generally, no.
Not for you.
No, it cannot be at that. I think initially DJ Spoo came up with the very good concept. And if he had allowed, I mean, also, you know, when he was doing the Hustlers Corner, he used to post on Twitter so that people can post their businesses and et cetera, et cetera. So if he had followed up that with inviting business people to come to the podcast and talk about their businesses.
You'd prefer that?
Yeah, it would be dope, man. Because I mean, it's real, it's organic, it's there.
Does his Twitter page got to 1 million followers?
Now.
And then it got hacked. No, this was prior. When I was still filming with him, the Hustlers Corner virtual.
Okay, I remember, yeah.
Got hacked. Around that same time, my account got deleted on Twitter. And then shout out to Elon Musk. If there's one thing, he brought back our accounts. So DJs had been trying to email, eventually got his account back. I got my account back because I've been closed. But to what you're saying, Usbu every Saturday used to do this thing of post your business and then I'll retweet.
That was
the Hustlers Corner was, I mean, when Abo Olikao, Nabo Theo Baloy and those guys started, they come there to like say, pushy juice, what, how's it going? And then Kwafiku Penzo, not disruptor. Next thing, politicians, and now we're doing African spirituality. You're saying you must go back to the source.
I think you should, leave the spirituality part of it.
To someone else?
To Ngcangca, because Ngcangca
does,
Ngcangca
you think she's good at that?
She's very good at it, because Ngcangca, she's an extremely spiritual person. So it is better for Ngcangca to do things like that, not DJ Spoo. DJ Spoo has presented himself to people as a business person, as an entrepreneur, as a hustler. So people wants to see that, and there's a market for it, right? There's a lot of people that South Africa, you know, you're struggling, you know, a lot. So there's a lot of people that would like to see and hear him talking about the struggles of starting a business, because everybody thinks it's easy.
Sure.
The struggles and the failures and why he has never given up himself, and talk about even the Mofire itself. You know, how exactly he's involved in it, and what is the benefit of whatever structure that they have or agreement they have. Those things, they help a lot. And why? And you know, if I would talk about business, I would never, like, for example, an example of saying people should not own company together. So that is very messy, because the vision overall might be the same, but the passion and the push and the intensity and the focus in the right places will never be the same. So, for example, if we start a business together and we register it, right? Penal 50%, CR 50%, whatever the case might be. As soon as there's money involved, somehow one day, that is the beginning of the end of the relationship.
You don't believe in partnership?
No, I believe in partnership. If you own your own thing, I own my own thing, then we can partner. We can have.
But what's the difference?
The difference is that if I want to pull out, I can pull out and still continue with my own thing, right? But if you...
I want to challenge you.
Wait, I'll tell you.
Sure.
If you own a company with someone, it becomes an issue. I'll give you a personal example. I had a... And you know, even signing off document, sometimes let's say we disagree on something, and then I say that, okay, Ntwana, we need to go to one of the banks and we need to go apply for this loan and blah, 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 so we can expand the business. Then I decide, I got you. You can never apply for that loan if I don't put a signature on it. That's the problem. You understand what I'm saying? And a personal thing now is that I had invested in a car wash in Tlaxtop, right?
Sure.
And
I was there, Baba.
yo.
Top quality car wash.
Yeah, and
I suppose.
yeah, push up, but we're selling it now. Okay. So the biggest mistake that I've made is that I know a car wash. I know we should have never invested that amount of money on a car wash. We could have done better.
You're not comfortable saying the amount.
Sorry?
You're not comfortable saying
the
amount?
No, I can say it. I mean, the amount of money that was spent to build that car wash was over 6 million rand.
6 million rand?
I'm telling you. The guy just spent another 2 months ago. I had a conversation with him actually yesterday. I was not happy. He had spent another 500,000 to finish another part of the car wash that was not finished. And without that part, it was going to be difficult for us to sell the car wash, right?
Explain quickly, because people are going to be watching this.
Yeah.
6.5 million rand spent. What type of car wash is this? Why would it cost so much?
So
you can just give highlights.
So I'll give highlights. So when I got involved into investing in the car wash, the guy ran out of money, right?
Okay.
So he had built it from scratch himself, using his own money over a period of time, whatever. So
normal car wash.
No, it was never, the vision was never a normal car wash from the beginning.
Okay.
There was going to be a biltong shop, there was going to be a waiting room with like screens and sophisticated toilets, and so that when you are there, you're comfortable. At the top of the car wash, we have a restaurant with the bar.
Okay. That's why it costs a lot. It's not just the washing of cars.
No, not just
shops and things involved.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
All right.
And so the idea was good until such time when COVID hits, then everything became a problem. And so this issue of load shedding affected the business big time because we didn't have, and you can't wash cars without electricity unless you use manual labor.
Bucket and water.
Bucket. So for that car wash, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So that messed up everything because with load shedding, we can't work. And we've got fixed costs that we need to pay. Luckily, the business was making enough to pay the people. But as for myself,
just to pay salaries.
Just to pay salaries. And after you invested so much, right? And whatever that we had sort of projected in terms of numbers, not even close when it comes to the running of the business. After over 6 million, let's make a number, 6.5 million.
Sure.
So, and now there's a guy who has put an offer, and we've been trying to sell it for more than a year now or 2 years.
Sure.
And there's a guy who came with an offer, and for 5 million.
You have to consider.
No, I told the guy, no, I want out. I want my money. Let's sell, Baba. Whatever, I've lost already. Because you must remember one thing, Nepen, when I get into a business myself, right, any business, if I put 500,000 into the business, as an example, I've lost that money already.
That's how
in
you
my
invest.
mind, that's how I invest.
Okay.
So when I take it out to invest, it's not mine anymore. I've lost it. It's gone. So I'm not going to stress about it. The only thing that I can do is to put things in place so that I can be able to get returns.
To try and recoup. Just your investment, yeah.
Yes. So, but because if you invest and then that's all you have, and if it doesn't work, you might die, you might kill yourself. That is not, you should not be in business.
Don't ever invest what you're not willing to lose.
No. Never, ever.
Anytime you invest, according to you, just accept that money is gone.
Just accept that money is gone.
And do your best.
Just do your best to make sure, put strategy. I'm not saying put the money and say, no, it's gone. No. Obviously, you're in business. You're going to try to make it work. And for me, the other thing was that the business is just too far. I need to drive from Joburg to go there. And then when I get there, I can't stay long because I need to drive another 2.5 or 3 hours back. So it was not practical for me. And I don't think I thought about it properly when I invested in it, right? And at that time, the other thing that messes you up is this thing of having liquid cash with you, because your level of decision making becomes quite low, right? In terms of the intelligence of the decisions that you're making.
When you've got liquid cash?
When you've got liquid cash, because
you want it to move.
No, I've got this money, there's this opportunity. You don't even look at it deep. So initially, there were some red flags to say, man, for a car wash, at that time when I invested, I think the guy had spent like 3 million. So I was like, 3 million, it's not finished. no roof, no nothing. You cannot wash a car. I was like, no ways, man. So he started explaining to me the opportunities in that area. And I went to that area, I checked. And I saw that, no, this area, the residential area there, the guys are converting it to business area. So, there's opportunities. And there were also some deals that we were making with some of the dealerships that are selling second-hand cars for us to wash them and whatever the case might be. So this thing looked good. And it's got also a huge wash bay for trucks. That's the one that costs $500,000 now to finish up.
Sure.
You understand what I'm saying? So the idea and the picture was solid.
Look good.
Was very solid, my man. So I put the money in. And now I'll probably get half of what I've put in.
So you're speaking about partnerships and why you don't believe in them. And I'm guessing the problem is you've got an offer, but you can't sell unless your partner agrees.
No. He also is super under pressure. He needs cash.
Sure.
So, but he's heartbroken because he's going to lose more because he was going to gain more when the car wash was working, right? So now I'm going to lose, but not as much as he's going to lose, right? Because of the percentage split. So he's got a bigger one, and I bought a piece of it. But I did it properly, got a lawyer to draft the agreement, and I was also, I'm a director directly in the company as well. So there's certain things. So if he wants to do something, I could see sometimes he gets frustrated because you'd go to ABSA and they said, no, Sia needs to sign this document. No, you want to borrow $500,000. They said, no, Sia needs to sign first. So can you imagine now, I'm hurtful. I'm like, I don't care about this business anymore. There's no way that I'm going to allow us to continue. Luckily, we built it cash, right?
Sure.
So we didn't borrow money from the banks.
Sure.
So there was no repayment issues or whatever the case might be. That was the best part of it.
Yeah.
But I want my money back because I've got other places where I want to put that money.
Sure.
And I don't want it in my bank account, by the way. I don't keep money in the bank account. I don't want to keep it. I put my money in things because I've seen that if I have liquid cash, I don't make intelligent decisions.
You're explaining why you don't believe in partnerships, Baba. Because I wanted to challenge you.
Challenge me. Because exactly, I gave you examples. If you want to change something, you need to talk to the guy, and the guy, if I say no, then the whole thing collapses.
So you're saying it's better, you and I, you have a company, I have a company.
Yep.
We set up a joint venture.
Yep.
Right? Because it's easy for you
for
to
that
leave.
For that specific project.
Let's say the project is a car wash.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You have a company, I have a company.
Yeah.
We set up a special purpose vehicle, joint venture, and you're going to put 3 million, I'll put 3 million.
Yeah.
And we're setting up a car wash. How's that different to us registering a company and both of us are directors? Yeah.
So
you can take time to think about it. Don't rush.
So first of all, I think for me, Pen, it's control, right? And if my company, for example, Tosips, if it has a joint venture with you,
sure,
right? Because you must remember, it's only for that specific project,
yes,
right?
The car wash.
The car wash. So
sure.
I can still do other things. I can make whatever decision that I would like to make with that specific
company,
with my company, right? So for the joint venture, with the joint venture, we've got an agreement, and each and every person has his own sort of job description. What is it that you're going to contribute based on the percentage that you're getting?
Sure.
And then we put that down. We jot it down, okay. Pen is going to be responsible for this and that. Sia is going to be responsible for this and that. And there's a clause, right? Should Sia fail to perform these duties, this will happen to his share because the business cannot suffer because of Sia's behavior or whatever the case might be.
But can't you do that in a normal company?
No, it's you guys, you own the company, both of you. When you register this company, CIPC, you cannot put, there's no clauses like that.
But can't you get a lawyer to draft clauses, just like the joint venture?
And then what? So that if...
And then kick you out. Say, if you don't meet these things...
we take you out of the business.
You get kicked out. You're no longer a director or what. Because it happens in normal companies.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe in bigger companies, yes. But
You're saying for normal people...
For normal people, if you start, and if you're starting up, right?
It's better to have your own company.
Just
do
have
a
your own
joint venture.
company and maybe do a joint venture, especially if you're starting. Or rather, maybe partner in a way like, which is I really like.
Yeah.
I come to you and said, Pen, you know what? I want us to work together. This is what I bring to the table. This is what you bring to. We can have an agreement, right? And I'll supply you with this, and I know you need it, and also you'll give me this service as well in return.
Sure.
Then we can deal. I can deal with that.
This is like marriage and umjolo, right? Basically.
Yes.
You know, funny enough, I spoke to
100%.
His name is Ngcangca. He founded Taste Holdings. He started
I've
with
heard this name before.
Scooters Pizza before they became Domino's. And then Taste Holdings went on
Portuguese
to acquire
guy.
Ngcangca. It sounds Italian. I'm not sure. He's a South African guy.
Yeah. There's
South
a Bedford
African
view, I'm sure.
I don't know, but I know the offices are on the other side of the highway, Lindbrook Office Park. I think that's where the headquarters are.
Yeah.
St. Elmo's Pizza, Starbucks, NWJ Jewelers, Fish and
Starbucks,
Chip Company was all under the portfolio. And I remember one of the pieces of advice he gave me was take as long as you need to find a partner, because getting out of a business partnership is more difficult than getting divorced.
I promise
This
you.
was what he said to me. But in my head, I'm like, if you draft the agreements, fine. But I hear you. For normal people,
No, don't.
shy business, I'm like, say, we want to start a car wash? Sure, but I'm so register, no.
No.
Go register your company.
Yep.
I'll register mine.
Yeah.
Let's set up a JV
Yeah.
and get a lawyer so that we know. Because it's, let's get married. Okay, no. Let's date. You, your person, you have your place to stay. I have mine.
Yeah. We
Let's
visit each other.
draft an agreement of, I need you to clean my place. I need, later on, after 5 years of this chick cleans well, she cooks. Nami, I do the right things wherever. Now you're like, look, maybe we can now register a company together.
Yeah.
I think that would be dope.
But take your time.
Nah.
Yeah, take your time, Pen. I tell you, it's really it can go super, super wrong. Take your time. And sometimes, I mean, your personality is clutch.
Sure.
And this thing, maybe now there's bigger deals on the table, and this guy's like, no, fuck you, I'm not signing anything. You need to go to lawyers.
That's why you've got a restraint of trade.
Yes, now you need to go to, then you cannot go and open exactly the same.
On the side.
You can't.
Restraint of trade, you can't.
You understand? So you can't.
Yeah.
So now you need to attend courts, then it takes 2 years. Now you are messed up now. Maybe you might get out of it, but at what cost? So rather have your own company, have full control of it, and do what you need to do best.
You wish Usbuda could go back to the Hustlers Corner
I wish
and
Usbuda
just
could.
do that and speak to entrepreneurs.
Because I know a lot of people that, I mean, even back home that I've met, they say, that guy, TJ Sbu, changed my life. You know, I was quite shy, but I always wanted to sell something, but I was quite shy. And I started because of him. And today I'm like this. You know, a lot of people have gained from that.
It's inspired me as an example.
You understand what I'm saying?
The hustler thing, Fethu. Selling.
I'm telling you, bro.
Not being shy, getting in the streets.
Yo. And selling is extremely difficult. And a lot of people, I don't think, and you can't get into business if you can't sell. Selling is quite difficult. It's very, very difficult.
But you can't succeed in business.
You can't succeed, I mean to say. You can get into business, but you can't succeed if you don't know how to sell.
Sure.
You need to know how to sell. And DJ Sbu sort of made it sort of fashionable to go sell whatever at the robot, taxi rank, anywhere, you know, because he used to go everywhere himself.
Yeah.
You know, but he stopped. So I don't know.
That would be your piece of advice to him. Would say, please bring back.
Yeah, bring back
the
that,
real
thing,
Hustlers
and
Corner.
start inviting
Up and
coming business people, especially the up and coming, and also bring the ones that were up and coming but now they are solid. You know, so that they can tell their journey, so that the up and coming can also learn. One
of the last times I sat with him on the Hustlers Corner, I started off by saying that. I'm like, you sold out.
Yeah.
I told him exactly that. I'm like, you sold out. The Hustlers Corner was a platform where...
Yeah.
And in that episode, I wanted to tell him, I never got a chance to. I wanted to tell him why I think small businesses are a scam.
Yeah.
We never got to it, and I never spoke about it on any other platform.
So you think they're a scam?
Yeah. But I told him what we ended up discussing was small businesses hustling. And I said, young kids must holler at me and Sbu, and if they want to advertise their businesses with a small amount, because we've got platforms now.
Yeah.
Just like he used to do on Twitter. Now he's got a platform.
Every Saturday, yeah.
So why not $100, $300? Like Sbuda Faith, like say khona intwana yase Tsakane epusha what.
Yeah.
Udayisa Tupperware from itama lakho ne?
Yeah.
Khona intwana usiya dayisa ama Tupperware mawuse Tsakane siya ntwana yami sakubona nipusha amaletho holler at me, his handle is here, and then nomunye the same way he'd wear t-shirts and a cap and a pusher like hustlers.
So that's what I want. I mean, that would be
That's
the
what you're
best. That would be the best. Yeah. For him to do that, yeah. I think so.
I think small businesses are a scam. I'll speak about it another time.
But how do you become big if you don't start small?
How's Owl City? What have you been up to? Because you came back yesterday.
I came back yesterday, yeah. So,
don't be formal. Just tell me. You were sending me videos, pictures.
No, I'll tell you. Owl City, it's turning into something that I think something better than I thought it would be, right? And the reason for that is because I'm taking my time to build it, right? Because I've got a picture I've got an ending mind picture. So this is how also it would look like at the end. And seeing it coming together and with some other additional businesses to it for a very good reason, it actually makes me very happy, has not brought in a single cent right now. I'm still investing. I'm happy to invest. It's my baby. So I can invest. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, I couldn't care.
Partner or not, Bob?
I don't want any partner. I don't want to depend. I don't want to depend on government or grants or whatever. I don't want anything.
Investor. It's for invest.
You can invest.
But we can invest.
But
no
ways, man. It has to be at my sort of
discretion.
Yeah, I mean, I need to put certain terms on the table so that. But I'm building this thing, and it's a cocktail of things that I would like to do. Owl City, initially the land that I have.
Where's the land?
It's at Herschel.
Okay, in the Eastern Cape.
In the Eastern Cape, yeah, Herschel is thing. So the land that I have, I think it's over, probably between 22 and 24 hectares.
That's big.
And the front portion of it, because it's next to the regional road, I want to have sort of businesses running there. And then the back portion of it, which is the smaller portion in front, the back portion of it, I want to do farming, right? So like cattle farming, bonsmaras and merino sheeps, and some chickens, right? Eggs. And also we've got another land where we mainly farm maize, potatoes.
You want to build a farmer's market?
I want to look.
Because when you say farming at the back, in the East Rand.
Livestock farming.
Yeah, in the East Rand.
Yeah.
Is it Don Park? What's the name of this road?
No. I know.
Ronderpult.
I know. It's on the left. Yes.
And then if you keep going, I think there's a cemetery, and then there's like there's a fresh produce market.
Yes, and the butchery and everything.
Sure.
At some point, that's what I want to have.
Okay.
At some point, yeah.
Okay.
One of the buildings that is going to come up there, it's going to be that, so that all the products that we produce there, they can be sold in the same premises, right?
Okay.
Yes, that's what I want. That's what I want to have. But also, there will be a bottle store, which is a bit of I diverse, and because I need somehow couple of anchors there so that people can know about the place and it can welcome different type of people. There will be a bottle store, and I'm very happy. Yesterday, I received a letter to say from the liquor board, Eastern Cape Liquor Board, that it was approved and everything.
Okay.
So I think I'll get my license probably tomorrow. These things are expensive, man, and you pay a lot when you apply for the bottle store, and it's complicated now. And after that, for you, I thought I paid everything because I paid everything that they asked for. I didn't know about the payment for them to release the license to you. Yeah, $5,000
to release.
Just to release the thing.
Actually, bribe, Leo.
No. It's written on the letter.
Official.
It's written on the letter. They send you a letter. Okay. And then on the letter, there's account number, there's everything.
Gatekeeping in business, ne?
Telling you.
Because the guys that are established, that started back then,
No.
It's only now with the later guys where you have to jump through hoops.
And the rules, they've just changed the rules, by the way. So I went to a workshop when I was there. So Eastern Cape Liquor Board was having a workshop, and they were saying that even this thing of you guys, they were telling you guys, you're messing up. You ask for a license to open a tavern. Once you have the tavern, then you rent it to a Chinese guy or a Pakistani guy or someone else. That has come to an end because new laws now is that if you rent out your bottle store or tavern or whatever to someone else, they will come and close it down and take the license away from you because the license you need to renew it every year.
Sure.
And
the license
that's
it's not for those guys. It was for you.
It was for you. And that is why you need to renew it every year because they need to have control whether they would renew it or not. And if you're renting it out, they won't renew it. And then you can't sell.
Lapo, the Chinese and the Pakistanis probably come with money, business expertise.
Yes.
You like it's at least not a license for choking.
But also
But
most of them are being caught as well manufacturing. I mean, it's takes pride. I mean, there's one bottle store now. When I was there, it was closed down in town next to FNB. Though they found those guys manufacturing their own spirits at the back, just behind. Not even maybe, but they manufacturing somewhere else. Then they bring them just behind.
Transport cost. Fast.
That's crazy, man. And so these guys are coming up with new rules. And now when you apply, they will need a zoning certificate. They will need an architecture. They will need you must get certain approvals from municipality.
Be honest, it's not fair. on the young black boy and black girl, unemployed, coming from Mkukwini, Etsakane, coming from Emadadeni, to be like, say, I can't get a job. I can't study a varsity, I'm not smart. At least mangadaisela amachiti amifetu ingudu. And they're like, no.
You can't.
You need to meet all these things. And you're like, so I can't make money.
And the amount of money, I think in total, I've spent very close to 15,000. I just need to check my invoices.
So it keeps ordinary South Africans out, this thing, to be honest.
Of course. Yeah, no, it does. And especially with the new rules.
Because it's one thing to say, attend my workshop, let's teach you how to be responsible. People, responsible drinking, arrive alive, don't let the people who drink drive home. But now, if these things are going to cost, let's say 15,000, and I'm not even sure if you're including things like zoning and those things in that cost. You're including?
No. Now, with the new rules and the new law, it's going to be more expensive because now they need to get approved plans from the architect. You need to get this, you need to get that.
We can't get into business.
And because by the way, the municipality, they need to, so the speaker needs to sign that, who works for the municipality, to sign to say, I agree, this person, whatever. And the community needs to sit down, have a meeting to say that we agree that Penal can open a thing.
Do you have any idea if you need a liquor license to sell African beer?
Like
umqombothi, that's esiugayayo nje at home. So siyawugaya, obviously for umsebenzi it's free to drink, so you can't say we're selling.
Yeah.
But umama mfethu athi no, mina nje ngishaya umqombothi every day kwamambani amajita afika azoshaya ikhamba.
I think that Penal is not regulated by liquor board because they don't see it as high volume consumption, and they can't regulate it. Even if you're selling. Yeah, of course they are selling. I mean, there's a lot of ipepezele emakhaya. I mean, but some kombothi. So there's abanye bathenga this new thing now by Mamtsatsa. I don't know what it is, but it's quite dangerous. But
you don't think.
I don't think they're regulated. I don't think so. I might need to go check, but I don't think because I think I checked at some point. I don't think they regulate. That is part of the regulation. So, but that would be the bottle store that's going to come up. Sure. There's going to be a car wash that is not going to cost even 20,000.
Sunlight.
No. It won't cost even more than 50,000, including those pressure washers and whatever. But because now I've learned because it's just like people want to wash a car and have good vibes. Rather spend a little bit of money building like drying areas and making it comfortable, making it fancy, so that when someone comes, they feels comfortable, enjoys and views nature. Because they all have ostriches and they all have ducks and other animals just to roam around, but fenced on the other side.
Like it's one of my favorite places. Al Zoo. Total Al Zoo on your way to Mpumalanga. or
No,
Eswatini.
I've never been there.
I'm sure you have, because I know you've traveled a lot. If you take Angas Nomi N4 or what this national road is, there's a total garage, Al Zoo. At the back, they've got wild animals. I think buffalo.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have rhino or what. You look at it from a garage. It's
That's beautiful.
stunning.
That's beautiful, yeah. So when I have something like that, and I've not decided on how many of those, I call them exotic animals that I would like to have there, but I will have them, right, at some point. And then also on the other side, there's a building that will be producing toilet papers there. I've not started, so I bought the machine over a year ago, and I've not assembled or started manufacturing those toilet papers because I had to wait for more than a year for Eskom to come, and after I've paid, and they said 3 months maximum for me to have my own transformer.
Now it's been over a year.
Now it's been over, but I eventually I got it.
Okay.
And now I need to move it from the transformer to the buildings, the businesses, and that costs an arm and a leg as well. For me to move it from, but no, I knew that's what was going to happen, so I'm not complaining about that.
When you start speaking about electricity,
and it's expensive, by the way, eh?
Industrialization.
To apply for that, it was
you're trying to be-
it was 50 grand.
50 grand.
Yeah, and they will not come or do anything, and they don't want half. They want all of it immediately.
Lay by.
Yeah, you pay 50 grand, and then they send you a letter, say, thank you, we received it. Here's your reference number, here's your whatever, and maximum 3 months, 90 days. 3 months, I send emails, nothing. Nobody's talking to me within 3 months. I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? I thought maybe it was a scam or something. Say a year later, then they come. A contractor from Tohoyando, to put a transformer for me. That was crazy. With even the trucks, the registration here, so it's Limpopo. So I had a chat, I'm a vendor. So we're sent here to come and put.
From Toyando.
I promise you.
Hectic. You're industrializing Herschel. That's your vision.
That's my vision. That's what I want, because there's nothing like that.
The same way, one of the conversations we don't have, I'll speak for black people, or regarding black people.
That's oh yeah, okay.
We don't talk about building cities from scratch.
Yes.
How do you build a city from scratch?
Yes.
Because the towns and the cities we have were built by the British and the Afrikaners. They weren't built by black people. I think Amachitase Limpopo.
We even failed to maintain them.
And we failed to maintain. Yep. I think Amachitase Limpopo, I think they started with the mansions.
Yes.
But at some point, they're going to have to need to industrialize or what. And I hope it won't be Pakistan and China.
No.
That'll be sad. But if you can say, let's go to a village, we're going to build a city here. Number one, we're going to look at what economy is there. If there's no economy, the best economy is tourism.
Yeah.
Let's see what tourism thing we can build here. A sun city, a casino, the women can dance, crafts, and then hopefully when people come, then we're going to start fuel station, to what you're saying, a farmer's market, a butchery, a car wash. Manja machita start coming just for a car wash on the weekend, just to go chill.
Yep.
Which is a form of tourism. And now you're building, and then you start planning with, okay, residentially we're going to start building like this. That's what you're trying to do for Herschel. You want to industrialize
That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm going to build as well. I think that project, I want to start it maybe January, February next year, and hoping to finish it before December next year. It's I call it Owl City Lifestyle Lounge, right?
Huck.
So it's more, I want to make it more of an experience when you go there because I'm not rushing to make a lot of money, or if 100 people didn't come, I will be screaming and whatever. It's my land, so sure. I don't rent, I don't pay for anything. So I want to build that so that because people are tired to go to the same places over and over again. People want exclusive places whereby they can go, chill, have a sort of private time, enjoy just the scenery, enjoy the food, just have a proper experience of the place. So that's what I'm trying to build there. And at the last building at the end, at the corner, it will be a tire workshop, because we are next to the road, sure. And a lot of people are struggling. If you have a tire problem, you need to go 35 kilometers to Stake Spray or to Alwa North. There's no such a thing. Even our own municipality there, Sinko municipality, they take their cars for the tires to be fixed. They take them to Alwa North.
Simu is that name, that's the shops.
Yeah.
There's those clothing shops called
exactly the
Simu.
same. Yeah, exactly the same. But
Okay.
it's a Sinko municipality, yeah.
Okay.
So it is. So those are the opportunities that I've seen, and I want to create that experience there, build it properly, make it so that when you go there, you can have a proper experience.
This is all because Rachel is your home.
This is all because when I was young, I had a vision that I need to do something in the community that I grew up in, right? And but besides that, I'm generally a business person. I'd like to take crazy maximum risk in doing business without consulting a partner. so that's one of the reasons. And because I enjoy it, right? Whether it's gonna work or not, that's if it's working, it's a bonus. If it's not gonna work, I would have learned something from. I'll convert the buildings to something else. You know what I'm saying? There's never a loss to me. If I speak the way other people understand losing, I've never felt that I've lost anything in anything that I get into, especially business-wise, because I decide, right? I decide that I want to get into this thing. There's a chance that it might not work, but I want to enjoy the journey. So I'm enjoying the journey now, building our city. I don't want to lie to you. I enjoy the journey. I'm there myself, Namachita, when we were producing polenta, you know. I was there, so I researched about it. I said, no, we're gonna produce this thing, and we're gonna eat it and taste it and see how it and it's so beautiful, and we did. I have the equipment, so we produced it. It was so nice. Those guys couldn't believe it when they were eating it because they went to the farm to pick up the maize, came in, we processed it nicely, and then from there we cooked and we ate before they left.
How are you gonna, or what's your plan on documenting your story? A lot of us don't document enough of our stories. Then you hear later, the Gunene family from Mpumalanga, Oba Bumaponya back in the day, or Sam Mutwenyane, Dr. Ntato Motana. You hear the stories. I think the Sasko Sam guy, Sam something, the one who had a huge bakery.
Yeah, Sasko Sam, yeah.
And there's obviously the rumors or the scandal of Goto Ramaphosa apparently screwed him over, whether true or untrue. We don't document enough. What's your plan to document?
So for me, I would like
someone to come and take videos and pictures.
I would like
the story.
I would like. I think I've told you a bit this. I would like you, like the panel show, to move from here to go there and document so that we can see and feel it. Because if you're gonna sit somewhere and talk about it, you will have limited questions to ask. You understand? But if we are there, we can show the scenario. You can see it for yourself. I would like us to go record there one time.
Okay. Anything to say before we close off?
Yeah, I think for me, I think there's a lot of South Africa is going through a difficult time, and I think I would advise people in general that they should not focus on what is happening right now because they don't benefit from it, right? It actually affects them very negatively. They should focus on...
You talk about the current affairs scandals.
Current affairs.
Cartels and those things.
Everything. So they must just focus on themselves and making sure that they build for themselves so that they can eat because the government is not going to rescue them. And going to vote for a specific person and hoping that your life will change, that is you just playing tricks with your own life. You should never do that. And also... because there's a lot of people at rock bottom, I would like to sort of say that at some point in your life, you were on the table, right? Eating the fresh food, prepared and everything, right? And there were people at the bottom eating inchuela, crumbs that are falling off the table, right? And we should never feel sorry for the people that are sitting at the bottom. We would rather maybe show them how to move from there to the table and let them work for it and let them feel the pain of being at the bottom. So if you're at the bottom at this point in time, because a lot of people don't want to accept that bad is part of our life. You know, bad things happen to people. So if you're not going to experience the bottom properly, like feel it, say to a point where you say, you know what, there's no turning back here. I think I'm going to die. There's no way. There's nothing I can do. I give up, right? So people should never give up, because if you're at the bottom, you cannot. There's no bottom.
The only way up
is the only way is up, right?
Sure.
Back to the table. And by the way, when you're sitting on the table again, you would respect the seat on the table. You would respect it so much because you know how it feels to be there. And you know how nice it is to be on the table.
Sure.
And so people need to embrace losing. Those are my closing remarks. Embrace losing, and make sure, because it's difficult, right? I'm saying it's so easy, but it's hard. But if you embrace losing, you would have a better chance of succeeding, or better chance of you to move a little bit faster from the bottom to the table again.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.